All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rekakwadash. Second of all, I want to give double honors to my elders and apostles of Great Millstone. And third of all, I want to give a peace and safety to the hopeful elect out there, the brothers that push this truth, the truth of the King James Bible, and all truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the globe. All right, so I just want to do a short video of how alone the spirit of Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai allows it to go. And I want to name the video, and this is going to be an update, Salakio, on the World War III, all right, or the War of Armageddon, all right, whichever title the Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai sees fit, I'll use. But as you can see on the screen, I have this article here, and it says, Moscow says U.S. rehearsed nuclear strikes against Russia this month. All right, so let me read this part right here. I don't want to read the whole thing. I'm just read this part. It says Russia defense minister on Tuesday accused the U.S. bombers of rehearsing a nuclear strike on Russia from two different directions earlier this month, and complained that the planes had come within 20 kilometers, 12.4 miles off the Russian border. All right, and like I said, I don't want to read the whole thing. I just wanted to read that part. And basically, the U.S. response to it was yeah, they told everybody. Matter of fact, let me read the response. Which is hard. Which it's hard to believe anything that comes out of the mouth of America. All right. Yeah, this part right here. It says, but the Pentagon said its drills were announced publicly at the time, and so they're saying that they announced that they was going to do this, but Russia had no idea that they was doing this. And again, it's hard to believe anything that comes out of America. All right, that comes from any statement that America makes or the Pentagon makes. It's hard to believe it. All right, but yeah, man, this is war building up. The Lord building up the World War III. All right, which the main players of World War III are going to be Russia, America, Iran, Israel, and the NATO and the EU. Mainly Russia and Babylon the Great, which is America. Gog and the scriptures refer to as Gog and Magog. All right. And, people always ask like Edomites and on them different media outlets and all that. Not social media, but and not just them alternative media, but always people are always asking, why can't Russia and America come together? We'll be such a strong alliance if we come together. All right, because it's biblical prophecy that they're going to take each other out. All right, the Most High set Russia up to take America out, to be the main nation that's going to take America out, right along with the beast, the other NATO and EU nations. All right, let me read this real quick. This Revelation chapter 6, one of my favorite scriptures. Revelation chapter 6, verse 3. And he opened the second seal, Revelation chapter 6, verse 3, and he and when he had opened the second seal, I heard a second beast saying, come and see. And then went out another horse that was red, which this represents Esau. Esau, the red horse. All right. And power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth. And this devil has definitely done that. All right. He's turned these third world countries that you see. At one point, they was all prosperous, and they were and they looked nice. Like what you call it? What's that city in Syria? And not just Syria, but that city in Syria. It was and again all these other third world countries. All right, like Afghanistan. At one point, they were decent looking places. Now look at those places. They're war zones. All right, they're third world countries. They've been destroyed. All right, thanks to who? Esau. All right, places like Afghanistan. All right, Iraq. All right, and other countries that this devil has invaded. All right, so he's definitely taken peace from the earth, destroyed these countries. All right, and set up his set garrisons up in those lands. All right, occupying those lands. All right, and so on and so forth. So he's definitely taken peace from the earth. All right, by way of his blessing, which is the sword. They're on to take peace from the earth. And who else has done that? That shows that Esau is the so-called white man. All right. from the earth, and that they should kill one another. And there was given unto him a great sword, which that great sword is that ICBM nuclear missile. And with it, they're gonna kill each other. They're gonna destroy each other. All right, mainly again Russia and Babylon and Russia. All right, and the NATO and the EU. All right, because they're Edomite ran nations as well. Them different NATO and EU nations. All right, but NATO and the EU, Babylon and Russia are all Edomite ran nations. All right, and they're all going to destroy each other. All right, mainly America, Russia. All these nations are going to come up against America. Russia being the top dog, and them different NATO and EU nations. All right, and they're going to come together and shoot missiles on America and destroy it. All right, and that's biblical prophecy. So again, people are always asking, why can't Russia and America, come together and see eye to eye? Like they thought Trump was going to unite with Putin and you know in this feud, and they were going to come together and make a strong allegiance. No, it ain't gonna happen, man, because biblical prophecy say that they're going to come up against each other, and Russia's going to be the top one to come up against America, right along again with the NATO and the EU and them different other nations that had the nuclear missiles, and wipe this place desolate. All right, America desolate, Babylon the Great desolate. All right, so given to them was a great sword. The red horse was given a great sword, which is that ICBM nuclear missile. All right, and they're gonna kill each other. All right, they're gonna destroy their own kingdom. All right, basically. All right, because once America's destroyed, the the Russians, they're Edomites as well. Their kingdom's gonna fall too. All right, so the whole empire of Edom is gonna fall once Babylon the Great is destroyed, and all these other nations, they're gonna go into slavery too. All right. This is Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 1. Uh, Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 1. The word of the Lord spake against Babylon and against the land of the Chaldeans by Jeremiah the prophet. Declare, and this Babylon is talking about America. Declare ye among the nations and publish and settle the standard. Publish and conceal not. Say Babylon is taken, Baal is confounded. Metro deck is broken in pieces. Her idols are confounded. Her images are broken in pieces. For out of the north there come up a nation against her. Salakia, 1 second, please, while I put this up. Salakia, brothers. Verse 3. Um, for out of the north there come up a nation against her, which shall make her land desolate, and none shall dwell therein. And they shall remove, Salakia, they shall remove, and they shall depart both man and beast. Right? Scripture say, from out of the north there come up a land against her. Come up against who? Who's the her? Babylon the Great. All right. And what's that nation out of the north that's going to come up against her? Russia. All right. So okay. Let me pull this up real quick. So a lot of this. All right, here we go. Um, okay. I just did a simple Google search for is Russia in the northern or southern hemisphere? Southern hemisphere. So it says located in the northwest and east latitude of the northern hemisphere. Most of Russia is much closer to the North Pole than to the equator. All right, so it's in the northern hemisphere. All right, so again, Russia is in the northern hemisphere. So again, let's go back here. It says Jeremiah chapter 50 verse 3. For out of the north there come up a nation against her. So this is talking about Russia. All right, it's that land out of the north is going to come up against her, which shall make her land desolate. Right, it shall make her land desolate. Right along with the NATO and the EU nations. Right along with the other nations that had the nuclear weapons. Make her land desolate, and none shall dwell therein. And they shall remove, and they shall depart, both man and beast. Right, because um everybody that's left behind here in America is going to be destroyed. Because the Lord is going to beam up the elect, however many of the elect is here, of the 144,000 and the 1/3 is here, they're going to get beamed up out of here. and the rest of the 2/3 of our people in the other nations, the so-called white race and Moabites, so-called Chinese, and all the other nations, they're going to be left behind and they're all going to be destroyed, Salakia. All right, right along with everything else, these houses, these cars, any animals that's here, everything is going to be destroyed. All right, and again, the Lord is going to use Russia as the main nation to do that. Again, right along with the different NATO and EU nations, which is going to turn on America and shoot missiles on it as well, and the mother nations that have the nuclear weapons. All right. Um. This is Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 11. Make bright the arrow, gather the shields. The Lord has risen up the spirit of the king of the Medes. Right? Who are the Medes? The Russians. All right. For his device is against Babylon to destroy it. Right? His device is against Babylon to destroy it. All right. To wipe this place clean. All right. That's who the main nation the Most High is going to use to wipe this place out. Destroy it, because it is the vengeance of the Lord, the vengeance of his temple. Right? It's the vengeance of the Lord and the vengeance of his temple. All right. So again, this place days is numbered. America's days is numbered. All right. And Russia, and the article's going on Slovakia, and Russia and Babylon the Great are never going to come together. All right. They're never going to come together and make a pact. All right. Like these people, like a lot of these people out here wondering why they don't come together, because a lot of people thought Trump was going to do that. They thought Trump and Putin were going to unite and make some kind of super alliance between Russia and America. All right, but that's not going to happen, man. All right, it's good to speak about there being a time for war. We're in a time for war, and all the players, the main players, all the players that's going to be involved in World War III. All right, we're in the time of them coming up against each other. All right, they're getting ready to go to war with each other. They're not looking to sign any peace treaties or anything like that. Like these nuclear deals, all of them are being broken. Why? Because we're in the time of war. We're not in the time of peace. Is what I meant to say. Yeah, we're not in the time of peace. We're in the time of war. All right. So the days of peace treaties and coming together and and all that crap is over, man. We're in the time of war now. All right. But I gotta get this too, because you know again, this is just a sign to show how close we are to the end. All right, because the World War III can't come, like Elder always speaks about. The World War III can't happen until the rest of the prophecies are fulfilled, mainly the MOTB. All right. This is St. Matthew chapter 24, verse 6. And ye shall hear wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. Right? And this is the Lord Yahweh Shah speaking. So the Lord said, you should hear wars and rumors of wars. All right, but the end is not yet. Why? Because the rest of the prophecies have to come to pass before the third world war can come. All right. Let me read verse 7 though. Verse 7. For nation shall rise against nation, which is happening, and kingdom against kingdom, which is happening, and there should be famines, all right, and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows, right? So we're seeing those things. We're seeing, we know a famine's coming, pestilence, which is this Crown Royal 19. All right. An article came out today somewhere. I think it was in where was it? I think it was in Wisconsin. They deployed the National Guard, all right, to the hospitals, because it's been so many people coming in there due to the Crown Royal 19. I think it's somewhere in Milwaukee. I forget where it's at. It's somewhere in the Midwest. All right, but they brought the National Guard in. All right, matter of fact, so like let me pull it up real quick. Let me pull it up.